It's Friday night, so you know things are about to get freaky. Welcome to The Freak Show. Here are your hosts, Justin Freakin and a very special friend of Freakin.
I don't have a special friend tonight, but I might call in the media winch. That might very well happen. What the fuck? No way, what? There is a live standoff. That's what I was gonna put it on. Cops have their guns drawn on a suspect. There was a whole chase and everything. They've just cut away to like a. It's not Access Hollywood. This is extra. I don't want extra. I want to see the standoff. No. Everybody in the chat is like, "Where's the? Go back. Go back." Apparently, the man was connected to a kidnapping. The video ended on the website. No. It happens in California. It's happening in California. I'm gonna be upset if we can't watch this. Yeah, everybody's cutting away. I don't understand this. Anyway, welcome to the Friday Night Freak Show. It's been a hell of a long time since that music is played on Twitch, unless somebody else is using the same copyright-free music I'm using as an intro music. Sparkles always hated this. I don't know why. It was better than a lot of the choices I had. Ooh. Everyone cut away from it. They must have killed this guy or something. I don't know. I do not know why all the news stations cut away from this.
Are being impacted because of this one person. But at the end of the day, is it all about, safety and yourself? Is that something you're thinking about in your calculus or not really in terms of coming up with a plan of action?
That's way down the list of plan of action of folks sitting on that freeway. There's, if it gets bad enough, they'll start taking them off at the 710 instead of north and south.
Not our usual freak show content,
on the 91.
But I can't help myself.
Sit back and off the off ramps just somehow to the rear. But yeah, as far as people sitting on the freeway, that's not anything they're too worried about at this point. And so right now, their idea now is to just keep an eye on this van. You see the van pushing the stuff out of the window, just trying to block the view. And I was just curious on those two holes that are on the slider.
Holes, you say?
Hopefully they can do something or re-rack and try to find what that is, because if that's rounds coming from inside the van being shot out, that changes the whole profile on this and makes it a completely different situation. But I don't.
This is a kidnapping suspect. Now they cut away, as I said.
It has a lot.
But I found us a live stream.
Standoff into the later hours.
This is live. It's happening in Long Beach.
That 91 freeway is going to be off limits for a good while longer.
Yeah, I would imagine too.
Tones, good evening. You want to come join us on Twitch?
With this blanket or sheet or whatever it is, pillowcase,
We're back in business, baby.
As officers have kind of lost that visibility to see what this person's doing inside of the vehicle. I mean, I think that makes it a little bit more difficult for them, and that's probably part of the plan and why he put it up there to decrease the visibility. But like you said, now it's just waiting it out, but not seeing what he's doing inside the vehicle.
Literally, so much drama in the LBC.
We think he's armed or know that he is. That I think is a little bit unsettling. And again, you mentioned just
It is not just the effects I have on the video. It is hazy.
in case there happened to be
The actual shot.
exchange of gunfire there as this situation kind of goes into the night
And I have some weird effects on it.
setting. And then,
What are you doing up at 3 a.m., Warlord? I'm happy to see you, though. Curiouser, DJ Dub.
Person to come out of the vehicle and surrender after what has been several hours of
Reverse thread.
recap, if someone's just joining us, what started as a pursuit on the 710 with an individual, a kidnapping pursuit. Then there was a standoff for some time.
Was?
The man got back into the van, and at some point, and we're unclear when, the kidnapping victim, a female as we understand, who was in that vehicle, was able to escape. And then officers obviously still in pursuit of the suspect there. So after the pursuit, there was a standoff for quite some time, and then there was, at some point, he decided that his vehicle was still working enough that he would pull off again, and maybe we'll play that video again. But at that point, there's a maneuver. You're seeing the wheels on just their last legs, not able to go very quickly, and that kind of brings us to the point where we are now. We're back in standoff mode as the vehicle just sits there with some type of covering, and the passenger.
Let's hope we don't get banned. Let's hope we don't get banned again.
Meantime, drivers trying to make their way home on a.
By the way, tomorrow night is the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Special Troll Patrol Live Saturday night edition.
And we were talking about kind of what led up to this.
The White House Correspondents' Dinner being hosted by Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live.
And
we are watching There Is More Than 20 Cops. There are 20 cops just on our screen, but there are vehicles all behind those cops. Princess Kimberly, good evening.
Standoff leading to a short secondary pursuit.
There are probably 40, 50 cops there.
That secondary pursuit, we saw the suspect stop.
We got more pulling up.
Get out and walk around for a little bit, and then get back into the.
Yes, tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is what time the White House Correspondents' Dinner starts.
This was about
hosted by Colin Jost.
An hour ago. And then the suspect continued westbound, or the driver continued westbound 91, at which
I am not high enough for this shit.
Pit maneuver.
This is live in Long Beach.
That led to the situation that we're currently.
Dude apparently kidnapped a child in a kidnapper van.
Who was
the child has gotten away.
Told officers at some point in this whole thing that that person didn't want to pursue charges and didn't want to continue in that aspect. So that kind of leads me to believe that there may be a domestic violence aspect to all this, or something of that nature. So definitely stressful times for this driver, obviously leading to this erratic behavior, and now the
stressful times indeed.
Standoff sense.
Mater, good evening.
The pit, and we
once again butchering your name.
To that passenger window. Before that,
saying it like a Appalachian would say a tomato. Mater. We got a standoff in Long Beach.
Oh, I see some movement there from the passenger window. I'm not sure if that's just the wind or if there's something else causing that. It could very well just be the wind.
All we are is dust in the wind.
What we're now being told is the Compton area now.
City of Compton.
All that was, but you know, it's really hard to tell.
Mm-hmm. And we did see too, kind of in the corner, left bottom corner, just a couple moments ago, another patrol.
Long Beach, California.
Also showed up on scene, so it seems like there might be more.
City of Compton.
And more backup as the situation stretches.
Apparently, Michael Jackson asked Tupac to do a verse on a song.
Certainly there's a number of charges now.
Tupac goes to the studio. Michael's not there. The engineer tells him that Michael just expects him to, you know, lay down a verse for him. Tupac is insulted by this. It says if Michael's not going to come down and vibe with me and exchange pleasantries, I ain't laying down no track for him. Walked out of the studio.
Also where that individual is now, how they were able to get away. You imagine that they're somewhere maybe with police answering questions about how this all started, and maybe even, I don't know, helping to somehow get in contact with this.
So much drama in the LBC.
As the standoff, as they try to, get him to surrender peacefully. I'm not too familiar with how those situations play out and how those negotiation conversations go, but
Michael Jackson killed Tupac. No, if we were to ask Sparkles, she'd probably tell you that Kris Jenner
kind of
Kris Jenner killed Tupac.
Tense moments of, okay, how is this gonna go? How does this end?
You'll have to excuse our live pictures. We're going to see the live pictures drop out momentarily, and we're going to roll some tape earlier in this pursuit as we work on the transmissions aspect in...
I should totally do that. I should get a van, live out of a van down by the river.
But this is what...
Oh, he's cocking his shotgun. You guys seeing that? He's cocking his shotgun right there. Oh, God, he just blasted into the window.
Santa Fe.
I did see that, didn't I?
Those less than lethal rounds being fired.
Okay, beanbag rounds.
Window, those bullet holes, the breaking glass.
Yep, that's what they're doing.
That were being fired at that point. Those went through that passenger window. We also saw rounds go through the back window of this van. On the other side of the van, I believe...
Oh, this is previous footage.
The name of a company, and hopefully we'll see that.
I'm not high enough for this. You can see Smokey hanging out right there.
Planet Tree Service Inc. So we're going to try and figure out what that company is, and maybe that could lead us to a little bit of insight into who this suspect is. And
why am I like this? Why is this fascinating for me?
Transpired today. Now we're back with these live pictures.
Yeah, it's Planet Tree Company, jackasses.
Air 7 needs to switch receivers to get a better...
Clearly.
...between them and us. So that's what just happened there, to give you folks at home a little bit of inside baseball there. But now we're looking back live at these pictures where you can see nothing has really changed. You see a lot of these CHP officers, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's more further down the freeway. If Brian, our photographer, widens out the shot a little bit.
Yeah, well, Warlord, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us.
Their resources on scene here. I believe there might be another CHP unit a little bit further down the road helping with traffic control. But at this point,
wow,
is going to hold their
we're getting raunchy here on a Friday night.
That is pretty normal with something like this, but CHP officers are going to hold their positions and pretty much wait for assistance. You can be sure.
Sexual anarchy. Dip! Good evening. Welcome. It's the first freak show back.
CHP is going to be calling for SWAT resources.
I don't have it. Do I have the...
That's going to come from LA County Sheriff's Department and their Special Enforcement Bureau. We've done stories.
I thought I had a drop or two in here. I must not.
Armored vehicles that can. They're really essential in.
Wait a minute. What do the people want?
Getting.
What am I not giving the people?
On a suspect that is, hiding or in an area difficult to view or in.
You're on at 3 a.m. I'll give a blowjob. That's what that dude asked me if I was
wait and see
a homosexual, and I was like, no, but I suck a little dick.
Advantage, oftentimes when we see pursuits, it's usually a vehicle which is a lot smaller and more easily able to see inside. But for this suspect in this van,
we got more cops pulling up. That means I'm not high enough.
Area, the one window is blocked off on the passenger side by the towel or whatever it is, and it
looked like a balloon. There is a RIPS command, is there not?
Through the front to get into the back, then you don't really know where he is in this vehicle.
I'm where the RIPS command comes from.
And pinpoint him and
I thought.
come out. I believe the back window was damaged
Blown
at
out,
some
yeah.
point, blown out. So I mean that would.
Well, I gotta check all that shit. I gotta go back and like.
These officers a little bit
It may just not work on Freak Show. None of that. Are the emotes working or anything?
Again,
I may not have it set up for the Freak Show.
with the
That could be it.
That tree there is also blowing pretty aggressively, so it seems like that's just the wind.
Emotes work.
Any movement coming from inside right now as we get a close-up on the vehicle.
It looks like emotes is all I have.
The sun is setting. It's going to create just a little bit of glare on the camera lens there, but we did see that Long Beach PD canine officers have actually shown up at the scene. Those were the
No, leave those puppies alone.
to the left of this scene.
I love it. I love having the emotes back. I love that we've already had fucking trolls come in. Like, we never got any randos over on Kick. And when we did, they were weird.
Long Beach PD.
They were few and far between.
Along with what we were hearing earlier, that Long Beach PD started this pursuit.
We got raided once when we were on Kick by Sonsoul,
Looking at here, Booth, if we can.
who also was banned from Twitch at the time.
We now have Air 7 HD back on the scene here with a little bit of a closer view on the passenger side window, and you can see now some movement there. The suspect has a
He apparently had kidnapped a child.
blanket.
The child has escaped.
Booth, I believe. Chris Christie is now joining us. Let me know if we can.
Gidiox was totally weird,
Yeah,
but that was a fun weird.
we're just pulling back up on scene here, and now we get another glimpse, yet again, of the suspect's hand out the passenger window. We now see movement. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first movement that we've seen from the front.
Just wanted a kid for the road? I don't think it works that way.
20 or 30 minutes, right? So
I'll just take another child with me for the road.
with some kind of a pillow or whatever that was that he stuck in there, after shots were fired.
Light one up, tip one back, Thread.
Lethal shots of either pepper spray or some other type of weaponry. But in any event, you can see they've knocked out holes through the passenger side. There are holes through the rear of this van. And for all of this time, they have not had any visibility inside this van. Now, the question has been, are they going to call for the SWAT team? And I can tell you that we are getting word that the SWAT team is not en route. The Special Enforcement Bureau from the Sheriff's Office has declined to take part in this at this point. California Highway Patrol has the ability to go in there by themselves with shields and other means, including.
What's the over-under? What's going to happen, guys?
Extract the suspect out of the vehicle, but this is a different situation where sometimes these pursuits and situations can get territorial, where you have different agencies kind of vying to get involved and help each other out, and in some cases, nobody wants.
ACAB.
In this case, this appears to be one of those hot potatoes where everybody just wants to kind of,
Odds are like 80% he dies.
do what they need to do. They've got tools at their disposal. They've got negotiators en route, California Highway Patrol.
Clinically.
On staff that are on their way out here, as well as additional canines to make sure that the suspect doesn't get very far if he does try and run for it. Also, those canines are sometimes used to pull the suspect right out of the window if the officers see fit. So they do have options here.
It's not clinically being racist. It's clinically pointing out racism.
Highway Patrol has just the units that we see on the scene down there with canines, and they're
Now, the news organization said they had received reports that it might have been like some family dispute.
the wherewithal and the will to use force if they see necessary as
So this wasn't necessarily some creeper kidnapping a child. It could be a father
how this started with a wild pursuit through Long Beach.
that didn't like the outcome of a custody battle or something.
Police sitting in a standoff with this driver and eventually deciding to just let the guy go.
But that's purely speculation.
Pursuit on an entirely different freeway with an entirely different agency. Everybody just wants this to come to an end.
Yeah, Chris, and as we look at
I love that this dude's just like, just come out, just come out.
pictures from Air 7 HD on the left, and this close-up shot, you can almost see the face of the suspect. Definitely two hands kind of peering through that sheet, and you can see there a spotlight from one of the
I see a hand.
vehicles now trying to shine in through that window.
Now that is not a hand saying like I give up. That's a hand like he's cruising down the highway.
The less than lethal rounds were fired, and then the suspect put up a pillow against that window about maybe 30 minutes after.
Dustin, good evening.
This sheet up on the window, and
They have shot non-lethal rounds
through this passenger side window, and it was only a few
on both the back and the front. Now it does look like he's holding his hands up, like he's surrendering.
at least lift part of that sheet up, and it appears possibly that he's starting to communicate with officers there. I can kind of see a mouth moving there. You can see there one of the officers gesturing there, definitely communicating.
Smoke him if you got him.
This suspect to just give it up at this point. You know, it's taken a lot of time and resources. It's disturbed a lot of people's Friday night commute.
Yeah, I have to go check. I don't even remember the name of the bot. Nightbot?
Suspect, some finger pointing. The officer behind there just trying to reason with this suspect at this point. And you mentioned negotiators from CHP.
It might be Nightbot or it might be Restream Bot. I'll have to check both of them.
That officer there on scene either has some
I have to do a little work.
training, or he's just trying to deal
Warlord.
until those
Well, I mean, it's in your name.
on scene. And you mentioned kind of
Why am I condemning Warlord for being bloodthirsty?
additional information about
It's right there in the name.
to get involved. We saw those Long Beach PD canine officers there on the scene as well, but as you mentioned, with CHP kind of taking the lead on this, they are probably not going to get involved either. But the fact that they were the initial lead on this whole situation, they might just kind of want to be here to see how things turn out, and then
Yeah, here I am, freshly off a ban for extreme violence.
But of course, as you know, Gabe, CHP definitely is the one in charge, and when
Showing you 50, 60 cops with guns pointed.
they do it all on their own, and if they need assistance,
Little man, big guns pointed at our heads.
territorial agencies. Anyways, and I'm noticing here.
But they may not know that. That may be something that the news station has heard through their fucking sources. The cops may not be aware of what the situation is.
His demeanor as he's now communicating really for the first time with that officer right there. And so communication is good. They could see his hands, at least for the time being.
Okay, so a weed whacker would only do like superficial damage. Unless you've got like one of those saw blades on it. If it was just what, the string, like it would cut up skin, but it wouldn't kill somebody.
Whether that officer,
So it depends on what you're wanting to use the weapon for.
uniform negotiator that'll be pulling in here, they do appear to
Also, I think you can use it on Dead Island.
unknowns of what's happening in the back.
You got yourself a flare. You're correct.
As long as they could see his hands and communicate with him in the front of that van.
Joey, we're just waiting. Anytime now. Now they've got the dogs on him. They've called in canines.
From the shoulder there, he's really wedged in there with no tires left, and it was an effective pit that really brought this to an end. Just a matter of how he ends up getting out of the vehicle. We know that at one point, right before the pit maneuver, he lit something up, whether it was a cigarette or
He
something.
lit something up.
He was smoking something, and he was basically. You got the impression that he was, starting to relax. He had one hand on the wheel, just kind of cruising at a very slow speed down the freeway. And now, and if not yet,
He's pointing at him. He's giving him what for. He's telling him what's going on.
It's already been a long day for this guy. His adrenaline is going to start slowing down here, and he's just going to lose the stamina to keep up these tactics. Now, so far, as long as they could see his hands and continue this communication, this conversation could go on for quite a while. But with any luck, hopefully it won't. I say that with the thoughts
This is fun.
people who are stuck on the 91 freeway on my mind because they have places to go. It's a Friday night at the end of rush hour. Traffic has been severely impacted.
Yes, it is about 7:25.
And it's not fun for anybody involved. So
California time.
get him to pop open that door and just to
He's sticking his head out.
at least he's in a position where you might think that they feel safe unleashing the canine in his direction.
Visual confirmation is key in this situation. Just the fact that we can see both of his hands, we can see where the suspect is. Michelle, you were talking about earlier, just the fact that this is a van, and earlier when we didn't have a view.
This will make for a shitty podcast for somebody to listen to later.
The thought was that this suspect could be anywhere inside.
But it's riveting for us right now.
Both of his hands. We see that he's, for sure in that front portion of the van. That at least gives officers.
Oh, I'd love to see the band blow.
Being able to handle this situation, and just the fact that he's communicating with officers at this point is definitely a very.
Unleash the hounds.
I want to mention
Fuzzy.
that we talked about earlier.
You haven't really missed anything. We've been watching this
We do have
pursuit live. This is in the city of Compton.
CHP that CHP believes that the suspect in this vehicle has nothing to do with that company. So I don't want to falsely tie this company to anything else. But we are hearing from CHP that the owner of that company sold this van recently, and that
I don't know how long this has been going on.
in this whole thing, and it just still happens.
Live stream started. Oh, they started streaming back in November. So,
These live pictures, you see that officer in the bottom right corner of your screen. He was doing some talking there and just took a bit of a defensive position. Now has his gun drawn. That's a little bit of.
I want to say a couple of hours.
I would imagine he's probably, or somebody has had a gun on that passenger window the entire time. I can't imagine that they will not at least have something pointed in his direction.
It's a 6-month standoff, yes.
Knowing what he's got right next to his person.
Now, apparently he was a kidnapping suspect. We don't know if it was a domestic thing or if he's just like, grabbing somebody off the street. The kidnapping victim has been freed. They escaped.
With their guns out. Long guns, pistols, you name it. Everybody is now back on the defense here, ready to use force if
Yeah, the cops had let their guard down.
You're right. They took a little bit of a more relaxed tone there for a little bit, especially those guys on the left. Now all of them are at the
Aaron!
guns trained on various sides of that vehicle. So we also see that CHP helicopter flying through the shot. Should note that, if this was LAPD, sometimes, they would be able to gather more information in terms of what's going on inside the vehicle with the.
Where are these booger eating channels at? Maybe we'll watch one of them.
But I don't believe California Highway Patrol has quite the same capabilities. I know they have some, but the exact.
It is animal abuse to use puppies like this.
They're on the scene. There are more canines en route, and I think at some point, one of those puppies will be put to use, and I just, it always makes you nervous to even think about that because you don't want these animals put into a precarious position. But
that's an animal lover right there.
And they are ready just in case. You can see everybody much more tense now that he has pulled back that shade there and is now not visible to the naked eye. So without that visibility, the attitude is different. Wow. He's punching at the glass.
Something's going on.
That's a spare tire. It's a spare tire that he's shoving out the passenger side window.
Wow. As the conversation was going on, that was kind of also my thought is we were seeing his hands, but he could have a weapon on his lap or, anything. So, and now just within seconds, as we've seen, all of a sudden
he's got a tire.
Body language quickly changed. And now we're seeing the spare tire and what appears to be a brown paper bag on top of it being used to, for what reason?
Did you go over to YouTube because you thought you might have to ban somebody? Aaron's cool. You leave Aaron alone.
Basically trying to hide.
Long time fan.
For all intents and purposes, barricading himself, maybe not as effectively as
I'm gonna be honest with you, Aaron. I thought you were Jason at one point in time, but Jason is dead now, so you can't be him.
his heaviest.
A formidable booger on the left.
Really, if it's just a matter of waiting him out, they could do that, and they can eventually, at some point, I mean, again, this has the potential, even though we don't have armored vehicles in the situation yet, it's certainly a
He put a tire in the window. There seems to be something else.
tear gas into that vehicle and eventually smoke the suspect out. But without those Bearcats, without special enforcement on the scene, Dan,
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the ads.
it's really,
There's cardboard.
a lot of antics and watching it play out. It's a waiting game. Time is on the side of law enforcement here, but they have all the time in the world. They could play these games all night.
Yeah, he's trying to block them putting some kind of smoke canister or something inside.
In that van, and we don't know what else could be in that van, but we do hope that is the extent of it, that it's only small, lightweight things. You see him now trying to shove a cardboard box out the window of that van, and that canine is at the ready, chomping at the bit to try and get in there. I would say, the suspect's face is just kind of peeking through there above that cardboard box.
What?
He's peeking through, but that cardboard box and that tire is enough to really cut down the chances of them deploying that canine. That canine is not going to be deployed unless they have some visibility into what's going on.
Wait, they're going to let the dog jump through the window? No.
So it is at least having the effect of holding off the dog at this point.
The ghost of Jason trolling me.
It's not, it's not exactly, grade A Teflon, shielding, but it does have the effect of holding off that dog.
The very definition of a barricade, albeit, using whatever is at this man's disposal, from the blanket to the pillow, that spare tire, and now this cardboard box. Earlier, when we had kind of a better view of the suspect, it probably would have been a better time to, have the dog go in there, not to second guess anybody. But now,
I don't want to see a dog jump through the window of a van.
That's going to hold off, as you were saying, probably hold off the opportunity for that CHP canine to jump in there.
Why would anyone even suggest that?
You mentioned that CHP is going to kind of, handle everything here, and I saw on the back of that CHP officer's vest, it said CHP. So that is a CHP canine that has been specially requested to this scene to deal with this situation, as we see officers continuing to take this defensive stance, just kind of waiting to see what this suspect does.
Yeah, the waiting game is...
Yeah, bring us healthcare. We're for Britain taking over if we get healthcare. I want that NHS card.
As we speak, so at some point they're going to be up against daylight and into the nighttime hours. Again, it could end in 5 minutes, as I say that, or...
Oh, there's no card?
Well, into the night.
I guess you're just in the system. You don't even need a card.
Definitely a sincere want.
We've got a slave number here.
We want to reopen the freeway because thousands and thousands and thousands of people are stuck in this mess, and shutting down an LA freeway is not something that they take lightly. Of course, there's a million reasons why we see it done all the time, but
Oh, you tried to get it from me earlier.
But again, not at the risk of any of the lives down there on the ground. They're not going to put any officers in danger. They're not going to even put those dogs in danger unless they feel confident sending them in there, which is why that animal right there, that canine unit, that is a last resort.
That's a cute little puppy.
Before that canine goes in there, but we have certainly seen it happen numerous times. Again, with all of that debris.
And by the way, Aaron, it's now 25 years. 25 years in the broadcasting business.
To still kind of stick his head out a little bit. And
a quarter of a century.
What he's saying, we can only guess what he's trying to say or what he's trying to communicate. You know, we saw him gesturing.
God, I feel old.
Earlier, as if he was maybe begging them not to shoot anymore. He probably didn't like that the first time around, especially with those pepper balls.
But also, I started young. I started when I was 16.
I'm sure that was uncomfortable, but it did not have the desired effect of extracting him from the vehicle, and that is the priority right now. You just don't know how long this is going to take, but it's really anybody's guess. It could go on for quite some time, or they might make a decision to end this sooner rather than later. But without the heavy artillery, I just it's not.
What else do they need? There's like 100 of them there now.
Driver's side, we can't really see it from this angle, but
without heavy artillery.
Still intact there on the other side, the driver's side window. Is he do anything there? Are officers kind of focusing their attention on that side in case he
I hate you, Warlord, but I love you so much.
use that route to try to hop out that way or anything? Are you all
So
able
what
to
they
see?
don't have is anybody directly blocking the driver.
They need to get home to beating their wives. It's a busy Friday night for the coppers.
But it looks like maybe if you widen out, Rob, just a little bit, there's an officer there's a handful of officers all the way up there on the left lanes. They're far back, but they at least have some.
Code for donuts. I'd like a donut right now.
The right side of the vehicle, but if there's anybody in there, they at least have some visibility onto the driver's side. We're going to come around real quickly and try and put eyes on the driver's side while we have an opportunity. You can see
eyes on the driver's side.
Also providing reconnaissance on all sides of the vehicle as they fly around that van. But right now, my hunch is that he's sitting in that passenger side right behind that spare tire. That
is a good point, Pumpkin Spice. Mox!
At least it's something for him to hide behind.
Welcome. I've been back since, what, Wednesday night? I got it back at like 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. I was like, all right, troll patrol tonight.
See if we can see the driver's side any better around this tree. We'll see if he's put up any other barricade or any.
Don't forget, we're going to do the White House Correspondents' Dinner tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.
Like, there is just the glass, just that shattered glass.
Colin Jost of Saturday Night Live is hosting.
So again, my hunch is that he's in that passenger.
Special Saturday Troll Patrol. 2 weeks in a row. They're huddling.
There's definitely damage to that driver's side front tire. As we look at the backup here on the westbound 91, you can see here they're having traffic kind of exit the wrong way. They're having traffic a little further back exit the correct way. And at this point, when we've seen standoffs like this before, CHP will really make an effort to get everyone who's stuck, at least eventually. It might take a while, but they'll try and get everyone who's stuck off the freeway. But that might take a little bit of time to have people.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow.
Legally kind of clear the scene so that at least anybody that's stuck can find a way to get on their way, and then people further back will just meet a closed freeway.
Well, he got,
and that's all.
He got, and then tried to make a run for it again, and got pit maneuvered.
Standoff scene has been underway for about going on 45 minutes now. After multiple pursuits and a couple other standoffs previously, just to kind of give everybody what led up to this, we do believe that Long Beach PD started this pursuit of a kidnapping suspect a few hours ago, and that pursuit led to a standoff on the 710 freeway. At some point during the standoff, the suspect took off again and pulled over and got out of the vehicle and walked around for a little bit and then got back in the vehicle, at which point we believe CHP took over the pursuit and the suspect exited on the 91 westbound. There was a pit maneuver by CHP. That's what led to what we're seeing right now. Now, we mentioned that this was
not dead yet,
kidnapping suspect.
but that's what everybody's betting on.
The information that we're getting from Long Beach PD is that at least at some point the kidnapping victim was also in the vehicle, and at some point the kidnapping victim was able to get out of the vehicle, and that
The victim is safe.
does not want to press charges or do anything of that nature. So definitely kind of a interesting dynamics as far as what led up to this whole thing. But now CHP.
But if it's a child
suspect that they
that had been kidnapped, it's not their decision on whether to press charges.
see those CHP officers
Unless they're saying family.
your screen, trying to work out a plan. They're communicating, they're gathering, and they're figuring out what some of the next steps they may need to.
I'm committed to this. And then we might call on Media Winch.
Yeah, and we're not seeing the canine anymore. So I guess what are some of the options? We've kind of discussed a bit of those, but what in these situations, what are some of the options they might be looking
I
at?
smell barbecue. Am I having a stroke?
Well, I mean,
Is that what you smell when you have a stroke?
you know, if they can get some visibility into his disposition, they will prepare or could prepare to basically bum rush
Hey, anything for good content.
the vehicle they know he's on. They have shields. They have the ability to approach as a
No medication at all.
They can take a bunch of officers with shields and basically pull him out. If they see him and they can reach him, they can physically pull him out, especially with the help of
That's my thing. I don't take medication, so I don't really know how it works. So I might take too much when
It does
I actually try to rely on it.
pause about releasing the dog as well. That's another thing when it comes to the canine. You hate to see them
Ooh, let the dogs out.
in these situations, but again, I've seen it done before. It's just not.
Oh yeah, I totally self-medicate with weed.
They have tools, but they don't have the tools that a SWAT team does have. And so at some point, if they don't feel comfortable with the intel that they do have, and by the way, they do have some ability. I spoke earlier about the technology on that CHP helicopter. That CHP
They're still huddling over there, so they're getting ready to do something.
that I mentioned, but it does have
Here's one backing,
technology in it.
pulling up to the back bumper.
And to what his position may be and what other materials could.
That dude is totally a chud.
It's a different.
You can tell by the haircut.
Still very good technology that gives them some.
I have not seen Afro Man's newest music video. It was not on my release radar today.
We're seeing here, but now you see as an insurance policy, an additional CHP cruiser has now blocked him in.
Yeah.
Just in.
I had a Drake song on my release radar, but it was all Lil Wayne. Like I went to go put it, I'm like, ooh, I like this. Thank you, Lil Wayne. I love you, man. And like I go to like put it on my liked songs, and it just says Drake, and I'm like, but that's not Drake. That's Lil Wayne. I don't know what Drake sounds like.
Wow. And I mean, too, we see, and this probably wouldn't be very smart of him, but and the reason why I was asking a bit earlier about what's happening on the
They're definitely getting ready to do something.
jump over into that vegetation there. I mean, by the time he'd do that, obviously, I don't think he'd get very far, but
The one has a shotgun. You got two with shields. Yep, they're getting ready to go up to the car.
They are putting a
Or
unit
the van.
in the lead there
With the
as
shield.
they march towards the vehicle. Weapons.
Here we go.
Shields up. What they're probably going to do here is pull down that pillow and maybe even pull out the tire, and then you'll see them retreat slightly if that gives them better visibility. So the first step is to get that cardboard out of the way. Are those what's up top there, guys? That's not, those aren't hands. Yeah, they don't see his hands, so they're going to pull that cardboard out, and then maybe even that sheet there.
Pulling
There's
the
the
sheet,
sheet.
yep.
The sheet is jammed in the door, but there goes the sheet. There goes the cardboard, and we'll see.
Here we go.
You see the shields blocking
Oh, pussies.
back inside the vehicle, but he's basically hiding under the sheet.
Oh my god.
And so they tried to pull it. They were able to dislodge it from the passenger side door, but he's still holding on tightly to that sheet. And unfortunately, they did not manage to pull away that cardboard. They're probably going to give that another shot. And if you think about it, if we replay what we just saw, this was probably the smartest possible move that they could have done.
Really? The smartest?
They feel pretty confident that he's in that.
You're fucking with me, right?
If they could, try and remove those obstacles. Try and remove that car.
That was the smartest move.
And then the game kind of starts from scratch again.
Yeah, definitely seeing a lot of movement there from the pursuit suspect here, and definitely a coordinated move by CHP to move in and try and grab some of those things.
Why did they retreat back so quickly? You've got two gigantic shields.
The suspect to.
I can't imagine he has anything that could penetrate those shields.
And they will try that again in.
You think he's got an RPG in there?
They pulled that CHP vehicle up behind the van to try and add an additional layer of security.
We have not had confirmation on whether he is armed or not.
The tires damaged as they are to try and prevent any further movement from this van, but
we have been watching about 45 minutes of something that has gone on for about 3 hours.
And we know that there's that spare tire still under there.
A pit maneuver was conducted, and that's how we ended up here.
Movement there from that suspect.
Multiple chases. He had a standoff earlier with a different police agency.
As we see,
got back into the vehicle, ran again.
It does appear, though, which is a good sign, that the suspect is continuing to communicate.
He is. He's talking to him. This has been wild.
The suspect was not communicating. If he was quiet at all, that would kind of raise the stakes. But at least at this point, he's communicating, so officers know at least that they're able to talk.
So there was a kidnapping victim, but apparently they don't want to press charges, is what we've heard.
Yeah, communication is good, but without...
You're going back up to the window.
The risk is just as high. So here they are, making a second attempt, and I...
Risk of what?
This time might be that cardboard box. That's going to be the easiest thing to pull, and then that blanket as well. So we'll see if they can manage to pull this debris.
They're scaredy cats.
Here comes the blanket next, and now they'll at least be able to see inside the vehicle. Presumably it's locked, so they can't open it up, but now they've got a lot more visibility into that front seat there. There's a taser pointed at the rear there. It looks like he's retreated to the rear of the van. He has retreated to the rear of the van. That passenger side appears empty, and here...
Oh, here we go.
Now officers on both sides, driver's side and passenger side, being bum rushed by those officers, and now they're in a position where they can quickly extract the suspect out of the side compartment there. There's the door, and there you see the suspect sliding right out of the door onto the ground, and they will now tackle him to the ground and restrain him and detain him and bring this to its...
Still a chance they kill him.
After an extended standoff, his second standoff with law enforcement of the day. This time it comes to a dramatic end here in the middle of the 91 freeway.
Well, Chris Christie, I got here just in time.
Chris Christie!
Timing is everything, Mark.
I finally got in and was able to get on the desk here and watched it unfold along with you and along with everybody watching.
Is he naked?
The drama finally unfolding and ending in a way in which everybody is safe. They did not have to employ the dog. They didn't have to use unnecessary force on this individual. They brought him in just as you described it. And it was a lot of people involved in that. You saw all the different, you've got CHP here, and it looks like they are the ones who did it. I'm looking at
they're the ones who did it.
Down the side, of course, are CHP officers. So that is who managed to do this. Yeah, he's fighting with them, but you notice they are using restraint and they're trying to keep his limbs under control and in so doing protect themselves and him. They are checking out the van to see if there might be anybody else in there.
God damn it, Warlord.
Report of a kidnapping, which and has ended pretty safely. Apparently nobody was kidnapped that we know of. There's nobody in the van. And now you have, after a long standoff...
You got a possibly naked man pinned down by the cops. He didn't die. That says something that everybody in the chat thought we were going to see a killing.
On the 91 freeway, that entrance ramp is now being used as an exit ramp, and this detour has actually been in place for the better part.
Y'all are bloodthirsty. What the hell?
A lot of the traffic on the 91 freeway has been relieved onto surface streets, but that hasn't made it.
Yes, his name was Chris Christie. The reporter in the helicopter
That traffic jam that
is Chris Christie.
has been relieved, but now you still see a lot of residual traffic on the other side of the 710 freeway because they are being detoured off of the 91 freeway altogether, and that's where you see bumper-to-bumper traffic on the westbound side leading up to the 710 freeway. Keep in mind, this all started on the 710 freeway, which was shut down completely for about an hour because of this same guy who refused to come out of the van at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So it's just been a wild...
One of the busiest highways in the country.
As you say, it has come to a peaceful resolution.
All right, what a mess it has been, and that mess will be over soon. They want to get this freeway open and up and running because this is, in fact, Southern California. We rely on our freeways to move people and commerce and all manner of things, and people want to get home. So they're going to clear this up as soon as they can. They're going to get this suspect.
Yeah, this is almost 8 o'clock.
Control and into custody.
Specific time.
There might be something else going on with him because they haven't stood him up yet. He is not standing. He's still on the ground, and there's people.
He may be dead.
Tending to him. We don't know whether he is he's got to be fully restrained at this point, but whether he's still putting up a fight, we don't know. Looks like they're going to stand him up now, hopefully. We'll see.
It's probably,
He's still fighting.
he's still wailing around, kicking his feet. He's putting up a struggle, and I do think that in all likelihood, I suspect he will require some medical attention at the end of this either way. So there's probably already an ambulance in place. If not, they're on the way out here to treat the suspect and probably take him to the hospital if he is injured. But I just have to point out, just when you think about all of the different...
All right, it's probably a little exploitative at this point. Seeing someone who is probably at probably their lowest point in their lives, possibly having mental health issues, going through God knows what. Yeah, that's what we do, but I want to keep things in perspective. I don't want to be sensationalist and exploitative and shit. Even though my show is kind of based all around, the most absurd news, politics, and current events in the country, which is going to include the Correspondents' Dinner tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, hosted by Colin Jost of SNL. We're going to get to see comedians roast the president. I assume Biden's going to be in it. He didn't attend one year, didn't he? I assume Biden will be back in attendance. I'm not high enough. I'm not high enough for this shit. Exactly, it's the freak show, not the well-adjusted show. One time, okay, so the freak show was the name of a show. I've been trying to do the freak show since back in 2005. That's how long that I've had the idea for a show called The Freak Show. It's taken on many different iterations. When I was in college, that iteration, I invited there was this trans girl in, I think she went to a school like the next town over or something, and she had owned a bigot online, and it kind of went viral. And this is like 2012, maybe 2013, and she had kind of went viral. This in the early days of kind of what going viral was for owning this bigot. So I reached out to her, and she asked me what the name of the show was that I wanted her to come on. I said, well, it's The Freak Show, and she blocked me immediately. And I'm like, no, you're not The Freak Show. I'm The Freak Show. I am an ally. Please don't get upset. What content do you want, Warlord? I didn't have anything planned for tonight. This is just I'm back on Twitch freak show. I almost went with a fucking around stream. We could just watch music videos and shit, but then we wouldn't be on YouTube, and I promised everyone a freak show. Lay down, buddy. I'm high. Afro Man's not something I can play on YouTube and keep my 14 cents. You want the show to grow, but yet you don't want me to do the things that will help it grow. What kind of a producer are you? No, I gotta give the people on YouTube a show. And then maybe tomorrow night we'll do a fucking around stream after the correspondence dinner. I promised a fucking around stream. That's what I was gonna do tomorrow night until I realized it was the correspondence dinner. I am not gay, but I suck a little dick. And when I say a little, I probably suck more dick than most gay people and most hetero women. But still, to me, it's a little dick. Because, like, it's in comparison to, unless it's girl dick, then that's a whole other category, right? We gotta categorize that separately. In the scheme of things, much more into women. It is a little dick compared to the women. But it's still probably more than most people. God damn it. Where's my sexual anarchy at? Okay, I'll give you content. They're still pulling them up. I got content for you. This meteorologist told me that an American Airlines flight from Washington D.C. to Phoenix had to be diverted to Oklahoma City because their toilets were full. I could not confirm that. I could not confirm that story. That was a freak show story that I was looking into. Alright, actor, comedian, philosopher, and all around interesting dude. Russell Brand is apparently converting to Christianity. There's a problem loading this page. Plain full of shit. Perfectly American. Oh, I guess it's my ad blocker. As always, the ad blocker. Where? These websites. Trying to make money off of my clicks. Russell Brand is apparently converting to Christianity tomorrow. You missed Easter by what, a week? 2 weeks?
And be reborn. This Sunday, I'm taking the plunge. I'm getting baptized.
Why do you have to show us his camel toe? What, on his video about how he's giving his life to Christ, he's showing us his camel toe.
At the moment, I'm very curious as to what you...
Or are you curiouser though?
...feel about it, what your expectations are of the event prior, and what it's actually like.
The moose knuckle.
It's an opportunity to die and be reborn. An opportunity to leave the past behind and be reborn in Christ's name, like it says in Galatians. That you can live as an...
It is sad, because I like, what was the movie about the fuzzy wall? That was a good shit. He's gone way downhill since then. But why this shot? Because all I can look at is his crotch. Am I the only one? I am like right here. That is all I'm focused on.
Enlightened and awakened person. Sometimes I think of non-Christian...
Get him to the Greek.
Aurelius saying, you are already dead, now live the rest of your...
Now that was like the height of my drug problem. So I don't remember what happened in the movie. I remember liking it. Is that just me being really fucking high, or was it a decent movie? He is definitely taking the piss. I would not doubt that he is drinking piss. That seems pretty on brand.
The life apocalypse, or the Buddhist saying, put down the corpse. All of these things seem so...
Wait, put down the corpse? Is that a Buddhist saying? I don't think so.
Put down the corpse. All of these things seem so inviting and beautiful. I know a lot of people are sort of cynical about the increasing interest in Christianity and the return to God, but to me it's obvious.
Put down the corpse seems warm and inviting. I see nothing about this being a Buddhist thing.
As meaning deteriorates in the modern world, as our value systems and institutions...
Oh, I'll wait for everybody to come back from ads. Should I look up? Let me find out if Russell Brand is a piss drinker. He apparently exposed himself to a woman. Russell Brand's toilet habits. He's a disgusting man, Russell Brand. This is very British. Hold on. This is a very British article. It is The Guardian. Surely this is not the BBC's public service. Weemit. Okay, enough pee jokes. He is a disgusting man, Russell Brand. I mean, this is from like 2008. I mean that as neutrally as I possibly can. I don't see. Oh, I'm not showing you guys this. He's a disgusting man, Russell Brand. I mean that as neutrally as I possibly can. I don't see a lot of store by decorum or anything. But still, he is disgusting. This has nothing to do with his bookie wook or his radio showy woe. See, it's so British. That's why I had to show it to you. It's pre-recorded, you know. I always thought it was live, but that's not what's disgusting about it. No, he needed a waz instead of going to the loo like anyone else pre-recording something, or indeed doing any other kind of job. He weed into a cup. I don't even know what the fuck this... It's like a foreign language to me because it's in British. Brand was pre-recording his show when he whipped out his Johnson and took a waz into this beaker. A technician got mad and ranted that Brand had to stop. I don't want my equipment damaged. I don't want to see your penis. The source claims that Brand hurled a CD at the studio worker in a vicious frisbee style. I'm having a hard time translating that into English. Warlord, can you help us? Into English! My buddy told me earlier, he's like, I don't think we really speak English. It started as English and then morphed into American. Because I have no idea what any of this said. Russell did urinate in a cup in the studio, and someone has shown him where the toilet is. Have you been watching the stream?
You who have been baptized, feel about it, what your expectations are of the event prior, and what it's actually like. What's been explained to me is it's an opportunity to die and be reborn, an opportunity to leave the past behind and be reborn in Christ.
Who's been baptized?
that you can live as an enlightened and awakened person. Sometimes I think of non-Christian perspectives on it, like Marcus Aurelius saying, "You are already dead, now live the rest of your life."
The queef's English.
Put down the corpse. All of these things seem so involved.
What up, Flo?
I know a lot of people are sort of cynical about the increasing interest in Christianity and the return to God, but to me it's obvious. As meaning deteriorates in the modern world, as our value systems and institutions crumble, all of us become increasingly aware that there is this eerily familiar, awakening and beckoning figure that we've all known all of our lives, within us and around us.
It's called money. It's called money. You went for the only audience that still finds you amusing. And you sold your soul.
And for me, it's very exciting. One of my concerns is I'm thinking about doing it in the River Thames. So I could be getting sort of baptized in toxoplasmosis and E. coli based on what I've learned. So I may be leaving behind the sins, but I might be picking up some pretty serious viruses. Let me know what you guys think about it and how you feel about it. Thanks.
See, it is totally like a thing for engagement on social media. It is the exact opposite of what Jesus preached. But you know, who am I to is this Jesus?
A titty
No,
slap!
it's titty slap!
Come on now.
It said I pussy. Just throwing it out there. It said I pussy. By the way, I can ban the chat apparently. I remember that night Sparkles banned the chat. Fun times. Old Rusty. Let's see what else I got here. All this is like all news shit. Let's find some non-news. I was amused by this Wall Street Journal article. I'm gonna have to bring it over here to you. I was amused by this Wall Street Journal article because it was called Project Primus. Looks to teach family scions how to invest. Gaius Flavius Josephus. Welcome, my friend. Yeah, we've been unbanned for a couple of days now. Feels good to be back on the Twitch. Invest in pork soda. Invest in those damn blue-collared tweakers. What does the name Primus mean? Because to me, I thought it was, just like a crazy-ass band. Tyler! What is up, my friend? I see you in the chat. I gotta take a rip. Oh shit, we got a raid in here. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm JustinFREAKIN, freshly out of the Twitch jail. Usually we're doing we're finding out what that news be doing on the Troll Patrol. Tomorrow night we're gonna do the White House Correspondents' Dinner with Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live. Yes, I'm sorry, I have to fix some things because I've been banned from Twitch for a year now. Banned from Twitch for the last year. Oh shit!
Come on now.
Raiders get a titty slap. Give me those titties, huh? So I have to go back in and fix the bots and stuff because I never put that shit together when I was on Kick for a year. By the way, Kick is like a lonely place. But I appreciate everybody clinically. DJ Dub came over, hung out on the Kick. Welcome in. Hit that follow button. I love Tyler. Had Woke Potato on. Woke Potato once co-hosted this show with me. I'm gonna have to get Tyler on to co-host with me on the Friday Night Freak Show. Suffered on the kick. Welcome in. Since you guys came in, I fixed up the countdown for last week's 420. I fixed it up for the Friday Night Freak Show. So if you wanna count down with me, you wanna get your marijuana accoutrements ready, we can all take a rip here in 10 seconds. Resurrected indeed. It was a shame it wasn't in time for Easter. It was a shame it wasn't in time for the 4th 20 anniversary special. That's what I was really hoping for. But alas, things did not work out in my favor. But we're back, and that's cool.
A titty slap!
Oh, the titties again!
Come on now.
They did do me dirty, but they apologized. Yeah, that was a little... I put that together for last week. Because I was going to do like the countdown to 420 at midnight. And then I said, fuck it, I'm going to play Far Cry 6. I'm going to get high and play Far Cry. I think I fell asleep on the couch. There's a cat. That's Socrates right there. Or Socks for short. Because he's a tuxedo and it looks like he has socks on. He's my little buddy. That was fun making fun of Russell Brand. I didn't actually put together a show. I wasn't expecting to be here tonight. Like it was... We got put back on the Twitch, so... I was like, let's do a freak show. We'll wing it. We played this on the Troll Patrol the other night, but I want to watch it again because it's so crazy. And I want everybody's opinion on what this woman is eating. I think it's egg salad. Tell me what you think.
You know, if you Taylor Swift fans would worship Jesus like you worship Taylor Swift, the world would be a better place. The way you go...
I don't worship Taylor Swift.
A person you've never met. Can you imagine doing that?
You've never met Jesus!
For him, like, just being in everyone's comment section had anything to say about Jesus. But y'all don't do that. Y'all are like her little army of just... I called you weirdos because you are weird. Like, people... Normal people don't act like the way you Swifties do. Y'all are truly a breed of your own.
I feel like everybody in the chat the other night
So defensive.
was not giving egg salad its props. Nathan, good evening.
You act like... No offense, but you act like she knows who you are. She has no idea. Jesus?
To be fair, I have like, cause you know this is the fun show. I've got like effects on that screen. Hold on a second. That's the actual color. So that's why I thought it was egg salad, possibly. With the crazy blown out colors. Could be hummus, but like I've never seen hummus look that runny. Yeah, but with the crazy blown out colors, like it's for fun Friday night time. We're getting all neon over here. But sometimes, you know, if I want your opinions on what a woman is eating. And Matt Walsh out here asking all the wrong questions. It's not what is a woman. It's what is a woman eating. What is this? If I'm asking you what is this woman eating, I need to give you a true color of what the substance is.
Jesus knows exactly who you guys are.
Hold on, there's an even better shot of it. Let me go back to the filter. The consistency seems like egg salad. The color seems like egg salad. I don't know what bad egg salad. I make my own egg salad, so I don't know what bad egg salad tastes like. I would assume rancid egg salad is horrible if you got it at like a gas station or something.
All of us. He knows who all of us are.
Could possibly be queso.
Taylor doesn't know you. She doesn't know you. She doesn't know, nor does she care, that you're defending her on some random 34-year-old woman's TikTok account when she says that she doesn't like her song.
Do you think she lives in Oklahoma?
I'm harassing people on behalf of her. You know WWJD? WWTD, what would Taylor do? Taylor wouldn't act like this.
Taylor would be getting all catty on a video on TikTok for clout, ma'am.
She'd keep it all to herself and then write a song about it.
Oh, let's face it, it's probably Facebook.
You little gremlin.
What would Tyler do?
You little...
Hit the bong, right?
I've never truly... Swifties are a breed of their own. Y'all are, well, toxic.
She seems very toxic. Just throwing that out there. I can't believe that she would be a good person. It's possible, though. I've never met her. I don't want to judge. Yeah, I want to say, normally we do like really hard news in a really... I make sophomoric jokes while we talk about murder and crime and politics and some cultural shit. I try to stay away from the hard news on the Friday night show. Just do stupid shit. But if I'm trying to wing it and I'm just going back through stuff, it's kind of hard to do that. Here we go. This is freak show material. A funeral home has revealed what happens when no one comes to collect your ashes. So I'm assuming they take you out to sea. This is kind of morbid. I'm all like, aha, this is our fun freak show stuff. Hey, these are indigent people that no one claimed their ashes, just getting thrown out on a boat. And I'm having a good hearty time about it. What is wrong with me? Anyway. Plop. 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 I don't think you can turn the ocean into a mass grave. The ocean is indeed a mass grave. Has been for a very, very long time. I apologize. I don't know why I'm like this. I have theories. And it's not from trauma. Like, most people believe, like, you know, oh, it was trauma. Sparkle says I had trauma, but, like, I guess, can you have trauma and have also grown up like, my parents probably did the best they possibly could growing up in fucking bumfucked Appalachia. They were flawed individuals, but like they never beat me or anything. They didn't finger my butthole. And that's better than a lot of people in this godforsaken country. And that's wild! What is, okay, here, this is it. This is what I want to do. Baby to ashes to ocean. I'm scared of the ocean. And like, okay, so perhaps if you are a young child and you have something like this happen to you when like you don't even remember it, perhaps that would cause you to be scared of situations where there's water. This is a baby at his, what do they call this? A christening? I could watch a dude drop a baby all day. What is wrong with me? Boy, he knows he's fucked up. War Machine! Look, that'll like dent a baby's skull. A baby's skull is not all the way formed yet. And like it might be, the kid is probably fine, but it might grow up with like a dent in its skull. I had a friend like as a baby like got hit in the head with a fan and had like a flat back of their skull. I think that's hilarious. I don't like babies. Fuck kids. Don't literally fuck kids. Figuratively. Don't literally fuck kids. It's bad. I'm gonna get kicked off Twitch again. Now, if you're new here, now you understand how I got kicked off of Twitch the first time. No, it's because I praised the cops. It's because I praised the cops. It was the Louisville bank shooting. I don't know when these notes are from. I have notes from a freak show, but I don't know when they're from. I think I remember doing some of these. Suspect trapped in a porta-john. That sounds fun. Oh yeah, I remember this. I hate kids.
Golf course. They're going out.
Just really support abortion rights. Hell yeah.
Trapped in a porta potty.
We couldn't believe that he went inside there.
The bizarre case starts when a stolen car crashes outside Milwaukee. 4 people inside take off. There goes one, then another, then the third, then the fourth. Cops say one of the bad guys ran to the golf course. Not exactly a great place to hide with all that wide open space. So what'd he do? He jumped into a porta potty. Fortunately, a golfer saw what was happening and tipped the porta potty over. Golfer Alyssa Boland was there.
He made
Narc.
Tip it over, walked away, and said, "Good luck, buddy."
You can just The suspect found himself trapped inside. Back at the clubhouse, a police officer commandeers a golf cart and drives over to the porta potty. The cops roll the porta potty over so the suspect can get out.
Come out! Crawl out, dude!
Then he states the obvious. He's not exactly smelling of roses.
We got shit all over me.
One cop puts on gloves before he goes anywhere near the suspect. Hey, wouldn't you?
He tried to hide in a porta potty. You're telling him not to do anything stupid.
Are you injured at all?
I'm just stretching. A nice, relaxing, beautiful day on the golf course.
All I got days is like, I hate everything about this story. It has golfers, narcs, cops. That's amazing. Oh shit. Apparently, part of the International Space Station crashed. Of course, it happened in Florida. NASA says part of the International Space Station crashed into a Florida home. There's video of the roof.
Tremendous sound. It almost hit my son. He was 2 rooms over and heard it all. I was shaken. I was completely...
I bet.
What are the chances to something landing on my house with such force to cause so much damage? And you know, totally, you know, I'm super grateful that nobody got hurt.
The debris was part of a stanchion used to mount batteries. Hold on, I missed it again. To a cargo pallet. Used to mount batteries to a cargo pallet. It was thrown out 3 years ago from the ISS.
Damaging in this lands on anybody or any structure will completely destroy it. We got super lucky.
That's insane. I would assume NASA pays well if it sends a chunk of something through your house. Possibly. Why am I like this? Why do I want to do this story? This is... So apparently New York has a bit of a rat problem. Infectious disease spread by rat urine seeps into NYC after record high 2023. Infectious disease spread by rat. Those aren't rats. Those are little cute mice. New York City officials issued a dire warning about an alarming rise of a disease spread by rat urine after a record high number of cases in 2023. Leptospirosis spread by bacteria in the urine of infected Norway rats can cause fever, chills, headache, muscle aches, vomiting, diarrhea. That's just a normal morning for me. Kidney and or liver failure and meningitis. Goddamn. That's not a normal morning. Norway rats are also called brown rats. Aren't they the ones that did the plague? They dominate the rodent population in the boroughs in New York City. 24 cases of the disease were reported in the city last year, a troubling Big Apple record, while 6 had already been tallied so far in 2024, even though winter weather usually stops the spread of the disease. Those are some rats. Been the two of us need look no more. See, that's cute. He's a cute little fucker. The bacteria can persist in warm, moist environments for weeks, according to New York City Department of Health and Mental Health Hygiene Deputy Commissioner. That's a fucking mouthful. Celia Quinn. Transmission occurs through direct contact with infectious urine or urine contaminated water, soil, or food. Now, when it comes to urine, hold on, give me a second. Everyone knows that I would give anything in the world to piss in Dan Crenshaw's open eye hole. Oh, shit. Give me that eye pussy! Things apparently... Hold on. Things not right over here on the freak show setup. Sorry. More time. I would give anything to piss in Dan Crenshaw's open eye hole. Give me that eye pussy! I usually have a co-host on these things, and I'm not talking about eye pussies. I'm apologizing like I'm Grimes at Coachella. Warlord's still here. Don't threaten me. I'll watch that whole set with Grimes. Watch her fuck up and laugh the whole time. I don't know why that's amusing to me. I guess because and I like Grimes. I like Grimes an awful lot. We did Mushrooms the other night. I listened to several Grimes songs, I assure you. However, he's a rich, spoiled brat. I like it when rich, spoiled brat baby mama of Elon Musk falls on her face. Snicks, good evening. I guess Warlord is not here, so I'm gonna skip the British story. We're not gonna throw shade on the Queen. Okay, yes, this is freak show worthy story. This has everything I love in a news story. Cheese and drugs. This dude hid cocaine in cheese. A $70 million drug conspiracy. He's now been jailed. You can see a block of Gouda cheese with cocaine hidden inside of it. Yes, please. We do a lot of drugs and food stories on the Freak Show. Man who smuggled cocaine with a street value of more than 17 million euros. Or pounds. That might be pounds. I don't know. I don't speak British. 17 million, whatever the fuck that symbol means, into the UK has been jailed after police found... Because it's Brexit. It's pounds now. They don't do the euros anymore, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know how they work over there. He's been jailed after police found the drug hidden in blocks of cheese and bin bags. Salim Chandri was arrested during a raid on an industrial unit in Blackburn in May of 2023. So why are we just hearing about it now? The 46-year-old from Blackburn had worked with courier Ridul Mohabeth from South Shields to make more than $70 million between 2022 and 2023. Both admitted conspiracy to supply cocaine to Preston Crown Court. Shadari was jailed for 27 years. Oh, they've been sentenced now. That's why. That's what the update to the story is. Chaudhry was jailed for 27 years and 6 months, while Mohabbath, a 28-year-old, was given a 16-year sentence. Lancashire police said minutes before his arrest on May the 3rd, Chaudhry was seen taking possession of a Toyota Estate from a drugs courier and driving it into the old fire station in Blackburn. Officers then ordered him to open the shutters of his unit and found 478 pounds or 217 kilograms of cocaine, worth more than 17 million pounds. Doubloons! 17 million doubloons. Police representative said some of the drugs were hidden inside blocks of Gouda cheese imported from Belgium. Lancashire. With other packages being... Seriously, I love that you guys give me phonetical pronunciations of shit that I absolutely butcher. And that I know that I butcher. And sometimes say it confidently. While butchering it. I don't know, this guy's kind of cute. He's got a bit of a zaddy look about him. I'm kind of into it. Mohabbath was subsequently arrested at his South Shields home on the 3rd of July. During the raid, police found a significant amount of cash, a cash counting machine. It's probably not something you want to have on hand for when the police come in and search. It's the Gouda good shit. They added that a search of Chaudhry's home in Waterside, Blackburn, revealed a stash of nearly 10,000 pounds in cash or doubloons. I'm not impressed by their picture. If they're trying to impress me with their drug stash, that ain't doing it. A cab to the British cops. However, the stashing the cocaine in Gouda cheese, I'm into it. Though I've never really wanted to eat cheese while I've been on cocaine. Usually not into eating anything when I'm on hard drugs, especially speedy drugs. Just saying. As if I have not done any kind of speedy drug in forever. I hooked up with a guy one time, and he offered me some cocaine, and I passed. Everything's such hard news. Gotta find a fun story to talk about. This is the problem when you're winging it. I could always pull up Marsha Blackburn. I just went by her. Oh yes. This is freak show worthy. Apparently this woman has made a big splash and a big stink with the Christian right. She made $9 million on OnlyFans and then found the Lord.
I was a pastor's kid. It started slow. I started OnlyFans. I made like $85,000 the first month.
What was it about you that was able to make $1 million a year?
My biggest thing that I sold was that I'm multiple girls. I put all of that energy into creating Nala.
How much money do you have at this point?
Yeah, tits, dumbass.
My parents kind of disowned me.
That sounds catastrophic.
Sorry. I've never really dove into that feeling.
Yeah.
Never talked about this. What's the point of all this money when I don't have feelings?
Is that the moment where you say, all right, I got to start getting out of this thing?
I was sobbing. I was looking at my fireplace. I grabbed the Bible.
I could have an awful lot of feelings if I had some money.
I need an answer now. And he gave me an answer.
What did he say? One of the underappreciated aspects of temptation is that it's very tempting. Money.
Oh my God! He just said that one of the underappreciated aspects of temptation is that it's tempting. Did I hear that right?
What's the point of all this money when I don't have feelings?
Is that the moment where you say, all right, I got to start getting out of this thing?
I was sobbing. I was looking at my fireplace. I grabbed the Bible. I was like, God, I need an answer now. I truly need an answer now. And he gave me an answer.
I'm not high enough for this shit.
One of the underappreciated aspects of temptation is that it's very tempting. Money, sex.
That's what he said.
My guest today is someone who has had all of those things in spades.
It's literally in the name. It's the same word.
And then came to regret it and totally cut it all off. And that would be...
This is 2 hours long.
OnlyFans performers, a former OnlyFans performer, Nala Ray. Nala, thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you, Michael.
So, I'm not just saying this to seem like goody-goody.
Mm-hmm.
I actually am unfamiliar with your work.
Oh, that's okay.
Your former work.
Good. That's
now
probably
you're on
great.
a totally different. But this has all happened very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Good night, Justin. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back.
Top performers on one of the top porn sites in the world, and you made a ton of money.
I follow a woman named Nita Marie, and she claims to be a Christian porn star.
And you got extremely famous. Then you quit it all. We'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're living a totally different life.
Yes, sir.
Take me back to
For the Jesus.
So the beginning started about 5 years ago, if we're talking about going back to the beginning of when I started porn.
I want to go back to the beginning.
Ooh, like little Nala.
Yeah.
So, as far back as I can remember,
He needs content.
in a big family. I was raised with 4 other children, and they're all my parents. But we were a family of 7. We weren't always like a religious family. It was probably when I was 10 years old that we...
I'm sure if you were to Google, you might find pictures.
And then...
might find.
Divorce, and we weren't serving the Lord then. But it was crazy how God brought us back together, and then my parents remarried.
I mean, she's not bad looking.
A couple of years. So there was a lot of stuff that had
By
happened
no
in
means.
my life that was just absolutely crazy for a kid to go through.
How old were you when your parents divorced?
Almost 11 years old, because we had just lost our house, like completely lost everything in the tornado. I was living in Missouri at the time, and then my parents divorced.
Tornadoes.
It was a lot to go through, honestly. It's a big family, and like losing everything that you worked for was just gone. I absolutely destroyed. So, and then having to provide for kids. So I can understand like the emotional strain that my dad probably carried to provide for his family, and then that was just all gone. So my parents divorced, and then they actually got...
I didn't care about any of this shit.
Divorced. You know, they really had this...
I want to hear about the OnlyFans and how the hell you found Jesus.
11, and then they got remarried on Christmas Eve. So that was just like, it was really cool. So to see your family like reunited again.
But it didn't work out.
From there, my family really started diving into being led by my parents, like religion, which was like Baptist. We were Baptist Christians. And so interestingly enough, I don't know how this even came a part of my dad's life, but he began preaching. So I can't even go back that far in my brain to when that actually started for my dad, but he had been a pastor, an evangelist for...
I would assume that Michael Knowles does not ask the butt stuff question.
After all that happened...
So he became a evangelist pastor after.
Oh my God.
So not before.
No, not before.
Zeal of a convert.
Yes.
Okay.
That was pretty much it. So became a pastor. Was
Resonate.
in a couple churches, and the sorrowful part of that was that like some of the churches had
welcome in.
So we went through some church splits through that like religion of being a Baptist, and it wasn't really the religion, I think, but it was just like the people in the church couldn't get along, and I don't feel like that's really Christ. You know, that's not Christ's heart.
Thank you. We are partying it up on the Twitch. By the way, we're doing the correspondence dinner tomorrow night. We're gonna watch Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live roast Joe Biden. That should be a lot of fun. This is a former OnlyFans model who apparently converted to Jesus. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because I am tired of hearing her talk about her dad and parents and stuff.
The choir, I had to be a part of that because I had to show support. Sunday.
Yep.
So I feel like that's where my critical thinking came in. Like while I was growing up, I started working at a very young age, like just turned 15, got a job.
What was the job?
I worked at Hardee's.
Hardee's. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm friends with the former head of Hardee's.
That's awesome.
Maybe you guys worked together.
I don't
probably
know.
At different levels.
I worked in. It was when I worked in.
What a dick.
So yeah, but.
Oh, I used to know the owner of the franchise.
So much. When I got my first job, I felt so independent.
Yeah, she is a multimillionaire.
By myself, my parents didn't help with that. I wanted to be out of the home so bad, and that job provided those hours away.
Now, did your siblings want to get out of the home too? They did.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
so
the OnlyFans.
To be so prominent today.
Yes, we live in a very evil and adulterous generation. So
here we go.
Version is a very big part of that, I think.
There's so much more to say. First, though, go to preborn.com/Noel.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I had gotten reached out to by someone on social media, and I was not big on social media at any manner.
You just had a personal.
Just a personal fitness
Instagram
page,
or something?
I was a nobody pretty much, like very low following. Didn't have a Twitter, didn't have like.
I know what that feels like.
But it was fitness.
Fitness.
So there's also that time, you're into the orthopedics, you're into fitness.
I
you're
am.
Into, okay.
I really love fitness. I've been working out since I was like 18. Before my brother went off to the Air Force,
Wait a minute, what does orthopedics mean?
And it was just awesome.
Do I not know what that word means?
For the Air Force.
I worked out once.
Once?
Didn't take.
You didn't like it?
Not for me. No.
I enjoy pushing yourself. I enjoy pain in that manner because I have a hard time before I met Christ. I have a hard time feeling things.
It's a branch of surgery.
What do you mean by that?
I feel numb. I felt numb. It's really difficult it was difficult for me to feel.
Into fitting this dick in.
I felt like I never cried. I could get angry, and my temper was probably a little worse than it should have been, but crying was like not a big thing for me. I didn't feel very emotional. I felt very numb to things, and I didn't have a lot of friends either. So like, and
Did
I
it bother
chose
you?
that.
Yeah, so
I truly chose that because I was sick of having people in my life that would just come to me and complain about things and never want to change. I'm like, I'm the kind of person that will tell you, hey, you effed up.
Yeah.
You should probably do something about that. I'm here,
Yeah.
but like, don't come to me and just cry and then cry about the same thing again and come back and do the same.
I support small creators on Twitch, small creators on OnlyFans. I don't give a shit to give a small content creator that's hustling a $5. Show me your butthole. I'm totally cool with that.
Same thing. I'm not going to listen after a certain period.
Are you a man? You sort of sound like a man.
See, this is a thing I've actually gotten asked before, but not like indirectly. Like, are you a man? I'm definitely. I'm a woman from birth, and I
am fascinated by her, and I feel like I really want to hear what she has to say. But Michael Knowles is a horrible interviewer, and is not getting to the point at all. Once again, this is 2 hours long.
love that. But I have very masked like emotions, and I don't know if that's because of like how I was raised.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get
Just
at.
a lot that I've gone through.
Nyla Ray.
You have them, but you don't express them? Or you're saying you don't even really have them? You are just actually kind of numb?
You know, I do feel as though they were masked, because now, since I gave my life to Christ, I don't feel like that anymore. So I feel like damage was done in my past that just kind of suppressed. And I felt as though I needed to be strong.
Them eyes.
I was on my own. So I could be on my own crying, or I could be on my
None of them are X-rated.
Strong, what I believed strong looked like. And I didn't have a lot of people in my life, including my parents and my siblings. And you know, siblings are a funny thing, because like, you like want to kill each other when you're younger.
I don't give a shit about your family.
Sometimes where you don't speak. And then when you're an adult, you're like, there's no reason not to speak. You know?
I want to hear about this spiritual. I want to hear what your sexual niche was.
When you see your siblings grow up next to
what you did to make money on the OnlyFans.
Visit them. In my case, they're full-grown adults.
Right.
They're living.
Did you do dick ratings? Did you do jack-off instructor?
So that's more than a little bit of a break.
Yes, it was like a couple years, like 3-4 years. So.
But when you were growing up, were your siblings like you in the sense that they didn't? No.
I do my best to make sure that you never see any of my folders. Not because I have anything incriminating, but just like, there's some weird, just because I am downloading all kinds of things for clients all the time, there's like weird, like the things for the thumbnails for the Troll Patrol in my downloads folder. Like, it's weird. It's weird in there. All the memes I save. We are 30 minutes into this, and it has not gotten good at all.
No.
So you were different.
A little different, but I'm also the middle child. So I feel on that, I was like, wow, speak truth.
I know it's not a very politically correct view now, because it's not a very liberal view.
Yeah.
But no, obviously, you know, this is why education is so important. That's why we call it.
But I got to remember who the audience is for this. It's not us.
Modern political sense, but in the sense that the way that we learn to use our freedom, to make sense of our freedom, is through education and cultivating intellectual virtues, but also moral virtues, their habits.
Oh yeah, I saw many right-wing outlets that were completely upset about her and her turn, and thought she was just doing it as a grift, and she probably is.
And if something goes wrong in that instruction,
get a fat top.
You're liable to go wrong. You won't be able to exercise your free will.
Absolutely.
In a
And if you're not
productive way.
educated well on the topic, or who is at any age, you're not educated on everything, but you back up on things that you were kind of influenced by. You know, like if you don't actively have a knowledge about it, you kind of kick in with, well, this is what I know.
I don't know what short stack goblins.
That's how I kind of
means.
And again, it's not blaming my.
There's no CP around here. No, I've got like 55-year-old women with really hairy bushes taking 7 dicks at a time. That's the kind of porn I'm into. Sorry, I live in sexual anarchy.
My parents in any manner. I'm very thankful for my parents, but
something
it
went
really
wrong.
directed me.
Yep.
In a weird way, for sure. I really do believe that.
I steer clear of pretty much all drama, except for the shit we watch on the show.
I wouldn't take any of it back, because it still ended up shaping me into the person I am now. No matter what, like hurt.
Personal feuds with.
It's a beautiful thing.
You wouldn't
other right-wing creators,
or the way you were raised.
Both. Actually, my actions leading up to OnlyFans, my actions on OnlyFans, of course, I'm ashamed of it, and I do want to be very clear about that. In
why?
No way, shape, or form should anyone go through that and be like, oh, I'll just get saved later, or I'll just get off after that, or who cares about what my reputation is later? You should absolutely care about who you are.
I would hope you got off while you were doing it.
I don't think people now being influenced by it understand the direct.
It's one of the perks of the job.
Your body and your soul.
So it sounds like you're saying you do.
Okay, here's the thing: is like I'm sure that doing porn on that level is absolutely a toll on your mind, body, and soul. But the actual problem is capitalism. You were doing it for the love of money and trying to make money. The problem wasn't the sex work. Sex work, awesome. And it can be very rewarding. Some people really enjoy their exhibitionists. They like watching people, or they like having people watch them. So if they want to get paid to get off in front of people and they're into that shit, that's cool. Like, I can tell you the different types of strippers that there were after working in a strip club. Some women were just like really into it. Honey, you could do it right now. There is an audience for everyone out there. I assure you. You don't have to be a decade younger. Honey sounded so condescending. I'm sorry to say that. It's the Southerner in me. You got to overlook me. I'm tired of Michael Knowles. It never went anywhere. We were 32 minutes into it. Sparkles apparently went to a bar, got drugged to a bar or something, and she messaged me that she hates humans. When I saw it, I thought she said that she hates hummus. And I'm like, I know that is a lie. I have seen you eat hummus. Let's do, apparently a mom, hummus is based. Fucking Curiouser told me to do my sex escapades on OnlyFans. And maybe if I was still out here doing all the wild shit I was doing 15 years ago, maybe. Nobody wants to see me jack off to 55-year-old women with really hairy getting gangbanged by like 7 guys. Anyway, this mom accidentally invited 487 people to her child's birthday party. Apparently, with a waiver form hanging by his front door. Yes. Apparently she's gonna have to get a new identity.
Party and then accidentally inviting hundreds and hundreds of people, including strangers. Well, that is exactly what happened to Emily King. She's a mom in San Jose, California. Take a listen.
I just made an Evite for my daughter's first birthday party. And on Evite it says import contacts. And I thought it meant import to select through. No. It imported all 487 of my contacts and invited them to this birthday party. I did invite my boss.
Emily says her boss, all her co-workers, the cute guy she met one time at an airport lounge when she was 21. Everyone she has ever stored in her phone.
Oh my God.
She was able to delete the invite within several minutes of the error, but the damage was done. It was sent. She said she's totally embarrassed and quote, anyway, I have to quit now or get a new identity.
That's funny.
That is so funny.
You can't disinvite your boss. By the way,
no.
Those Evites are hard to do.
Oh, it's a scary thing.
No kidding.
I mean, I know. It's like...
Hoda over here is like, I've done that shit. Hoda's like, I've fucked it up several times. I saw that face she made. This dude apparently went on a cruise ship and he was the only motherfucker on there. And like, I think that might be the only way I would ever go on a cruise ship.
Besides the crew, of course, that's been tending to me hand and foot. Literally, this cruise has been insane. I don't know how this happened exactly. They even have a movie playing for just me. All the shows are still going. The pool.
Did they ask you which movie you wanted to watch?
Pools are open. literally just me here. It's truly insane, and it's been amazing. I just had a dinner in a huge dining hall with no one else. I'll keep you guys updated. So, as some of you know, I'm on this cruise ship completely alone. I am the only guest on this ship, besides the crew, of course.
I don't understand how that happens.
This cruise has been insane. I don't know how this happened exactly. They even have a movie playing for just me. All the shows are still going. The pools are open. Literally just me here. It's truly insane, and it's been amazing. I just had a dinner in a huge dining hall with no one else. I'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, that's something. Like, who goes on a cruise by themselves to begin with? Like, you wouldn't at least go with a date? A family member? You just like, oh, I'm gonna go on a cruise. And he's swimming in the pool by himself. Exactly, the amount of waste created by one gigantic cruise ship with one person on it. Is there forced socializing? Like, I've seen cruise ships that seem like they're almost like a vacation Bible school. Like, they have activities they want you to do. OMG! Welcome! Well, if I could just do whatever I want on a big ship, that's something, but like, they want you to do finger paints at noon, and then you have a buffet from 2 to 5, and this ginger motherfucker gets to go on a cruise by himself. I don't, you guys would kill me if I played a cop talking about how to use your turn signal. Might have to hit you with an animal video and get the fuck out of here. But hey, we're gonna be back tomorrow night for the White House Correspondents' Dinner, hosted by Colin Jost. I would prefer if it was Colin Jost and Michael Che. I don't think it's very cool. There's just one of them. Especially like it's the shittier one too. I can imagine that they have like a what do they call it? They got a brig. They'll throw you in a brig. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Here's a cute puppy. She apparently, she had an injury to her leg that had to be amputated. But she is ready to be adopted, and she's got the most gorgeous smile. Look at her. Wag her little butt. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. I'll try to remember to do all the shit with the Twitch, with the commands, and get the ads all sorted out. I'll check you out with your Fallout emote. Fallout's the big thing right now. I'm still upset about Fallout 4. I was let down. Please give me suggestions. I've got like 8 more open slots, and I'm kind of out of emote ideas. But like it's a bit of a chore to create them, so I sit down and create a bunch at a time. So please give me any suggestions anyone has on emotes. I also have like 5 or 6 more slots for animated GIFs. Everyone's saying it's amazing. I got burnt by Fallout 4. And I was really stoked. I had a girl I was talking to, and she was stoked for Fallout 76. We were gonna play it together. I was like, oh, this is like, this might be the one. This might be the lady I settle down with. But Fallout 76 ended up sucking. We never ended up playing together. We never ended up getting close. And I think she's married now. Life is funny like that sometimes. Exactly. Me and my buddy have downloaded it. We haven't started it yet. He asked for a suggestion on a game, and I was like, let's do Fallout 76. You're on PlayStation, aren't you? When me and my buddy start playing, I'll let you know, and we'll link up. Oh, you're on PC? Oh, nuts. Oh, reverse thread. I have PlayStation Plus Extra, whatever the fuck it's called. I have it for another month so I can finish Far Cry. Like I turned it on when my buddy was here so we could do like the Mortal Kombat 1. Like you got a few hours doing the demo. So I paid like it was like $5 to upgrade my subscription. But I ended up doing it for another month so I could finish Far Cry. And I was like, you know what? Because I was going through there the other day. I was like, New Vegas was on there. And I was playing New Vegas when I got my PS4. I was playing New Vegas on PS3. And I never went back and finished it. And I was loving it. I was loving New Vegas. And I've played Outer Worlds. I love Outer Worlds. I beat the fuck out of it. It just, a lot of the same complaints. You know, the graphics weren't very good for a next-gen game at the time. The story was a letdown to me. So I went with the Institute, and just it felt like the ending was so flat. Whereas like New Vegas, I was on that story the entire time, and I had just gotten to. Oh no, Thread. Oh, it's not. It doesn't seem to be on there. So I did it for another month, and I was like, I'm gonna play New Vegas when I finish Far Cry, because I'm gonna finish Far Cry like this weekend. So I'll have PlayStation. But I was looking I was gonna go ahead and download it, so I had it, and it wasn't there, because that's one of those games that's in PS3 hell. I would buy it for the PS5 if I could, but it is not available to me. Okay, here's, like, I have a perfectly reasonable explanation for why I don't play games. I have a PC. I probably have a better PC than all of you guys. I do video editing for a living. So the reason I'm sitting here behind my computer all day for work, I go over and I lay on the couch and I play video games on my PlayStation. And I also, my favorite, fair enough clinically, but so is mine. Like I'm at like 124 gigs of RAM. My graphics card is 8 gigs of RAM. It's about time to get a new graphics card. I don't like sitting in I want to be over on the couch, laying on the couch with it. And I have a controller for my PC. Now, here's the catch. With Steam, it won't let me put Steam on my TV. My TV is my fourth monitor. But Steam will not go over there. Like, I can put it over there, and if I hit full screen, it full screens on my main monitor. I've tried changing the TV to the main monitor. Still does it on this monitor. God damn, DJ Dub. That is a hell of a machine. Internally, I've got something like 40 terabytes. Cause it's between like, you know, I've got an SSD and it's only got like 500 gigs on it, right? But it's only running my programs. And then I've got like a 20 terabyte that is like my main media drive. And then I've got like 2 other drives that came off of like my laptops. And I don't even remember what they are. Like I want one's 10 terabytes, another one's 5 terabytes or something like that. So I got a lot of storage. And then I've got like two 10 terabyte external drives. Everybody throwing out their specs. I don't even know all my specs. I'm not a PC nerd. I just needed what I needed to run my programs, to run After Effects, Nuke, Maya, anything like that. And it's probably about time to update my graphics card. It's 7 years old at this point. So I should probably like work my ass off and get a new graphics card soon. Tomorrow night. Mine is pieced together. It is piecemeal. Like cheap, efficient, but everything that I need. Maxed it out as much RAM as I could, because like fucking I have a million programs running over here. It don't fucking phase it. I think it is the graphics card that causes me problems because like I don't have any trouble until I get like a really big After Effects project going. And it's usually not even when I'm working on it to begin with. It's when I try to open it for a second time. And for some reason, like my computer just starts like really slowing down on it. But like once again, it has to be like a really big project with a lot of moving pieces. Well, I mean, I spent money, but also went kind of piecemeal on it and tried to be efficient. Look at that baby smile. All right, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow night. Let me pull up. I don't even have Twitch pulled up. I'm not used to being back on fucking Twitch. We're gonna raid into Producer Dave, and who knows, I might even hop on there with him. He has been on my ass to come on with him since I'm back. And I fell asleep the other night. I am really looking forward to the correspondence dinner. We gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow night. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's alright to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm JustinFREAKIN. I'll see you guys tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol live.